revenue management product for banks. How or slash pricing intelligence or however you want to call it. What is the market for that? I mean, is it sizable enough? Because one, and I'll tell you from outside in, because we obviously broadly aware of Suntech and Zafin. I think I spoke to Kareem 5 years ago, and we generally keep tabs on how these businesses have grown. From my understanding, neither Suntech nor Zafin have really grown over the years, and I don't know if something changed recently, and I know Suntech had a change in leadership, and Zafin I know still going through the process. One of the questions we have is this industry doesn't seem to, at least the only two standalone players that I know, and you should let me know if there's some other name out there. So the only two standalone, relatively, scale players are not really growing. So the question is the market small and that's why they're not growing, or is there a fundamental issue because of which they're not growing?
Yeah, I think that, as I said, my take on this is, is that, the realization that they need something is there is a market creation or the market awareness creation phase that has been there for a long time. Okay. There have been some early adopters like HDFC Bank who went ahead and said, yeah, we need something like this because they saw well in advance that they're growing, faster than the market and they needed something like that. But other banks have been slow to realize the need for something. So that has actually hampered the growth cycle of firms like this because they have had to go ahead and create the awareness that, hey guys, you need something. So that is the sales cycle, for a product like this has been, in my experience, quite long. Okay. It easily goes beyond a year. Okay. And even at that point, it goes into a proof of concept, you implement a small scale solution, and then let me see if that works well. So this is the typical kind of discussion that happens, right? So easily 2 years before you get into an implementation cycle. Okay, and then as I said before, the implementation itself is a complex exercise. So that goes for another 6 months. So, and by the time you know how things are at the bank, people change. Yeah, people change. The thing has moved on, and it is no longer the flavor of the day. The second thing is, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Yeah, so the second thing, what I have seen is, who is the buyer in the bank? Okay. So, this has been a critical problem to address because if you are going and talking to the CIO or CTO of the bank, okay, it's very difficult to get that person to accept what you're saying and get into a solution, thinking mode, right? Because ultimately it is the business that needs to realize the benefits of this solution, okay? And the discussion that has been happening till now, in my experience, has been more in the technology space than in the business space, okay? So unless you have a crack team of subject matter experts who are essentially consultants, okay, domain consultants, who are able to go and talk to a chief marketing officer of the bank, okay, or a business development guy, and tell him that, this is the potential of the solution. It is not about, doing a nice, generating a nice bill at the end of the day. It's about what kind of flexibility you can demonstrate to your prospective customer in your pricing mechanism and attract that customer and onboard that customer, right? How much of customer wins are you going to have because of this software, and what does that mean for you? Okay, so that kind of a discussion I have not seen many people in these companies capable of having with the banks, the right people at the bank. Okay, to me that is the single most important reason why they have not really grown as much as they could have.
Right, and so if I hear you right, the sale is not very different from a core banking sale, for instance, right?
Yeah, sorry.
No. So I think the same sort of issues faced, or Infosys had the Finacle product, iFlex had the FlexQ product, and the issues there were again the same, which was long sales cycle because this is banks and there's a long implementation time, there's a long sales. It takes a year to sell. After sell, then there's an implementation where you have to be on site, implement it on the client's servers, and then you sort of build it's a 2-year product before revenues really show up.